My name is Aisha. I am from Egypt and now I live in Turkey. Today is a beautiful morning. The sun is shining and the streets are busy. I wake up early and look out of my window. I smile and say, today is a new day. Maybe today I can learn something new. I want to improve my English. English is very important to me. I want to speak English with confidence. I want to understand people when they speak. I also want to make new friends. But learning a new language is not always easy. Sometimes I forget words. Sometimes I feel shy. And sometimes I have problems in my daily life. But I tell myself, don't give up. Small steps are important. After breakfast, I want to call my sister. My sister lives in another country, and I miss her very much. I take my phone and try to call her, but my phone does not work. Oh no, I say. My battery is dead. I do not have my charger with me. I look around and see my neighbor, Sarah. She is sitting outside her apartment. I walk to her and smile. Good morning, Sarah, I say. Good morning, Aisha. How are you? She asks. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I feel a little nervous, but I politely ask her a question. Excuse me, Sarah, may I use your phone for a few minutes, please? Sarah smiles. Of course. What happened to your phone? My battery is dead, and I want to call my sister. No problem, Sarah says. Here you are. Thank you very much, I say. You're welcome. I call my sister and talk to her for a few minutes. Then I give the phone back to Sarah. Thank you for your help, I say. Sarah smiles and says, anytime. I am happy. I learned something important that morning. When I need something, I can ask politely. I can say, may I use your phone, please? Or, could you help me, please? Simple words can make a big difference. Later that morning, I decide to go to the library. The library is not far from my home. I like going there because it is quiet and peaceful. I take my bag and walk to the library. When I arrive, I see a woman at the front desk. Hello, I say. Good morning. Good morning, she says. How can I help you? I want to study English, I say. Can I sit here and read? Of course, she says. You are welcome to use the library. Thank you. I find a quiet table and sit down. I have an English book, a notebook, and a pen. I open my book and start reading. The first sentences are easy. My name is, I am from, I read the sentences slowly and repeat them. Then I write some new words in my notebook. Happy, tired, hungry, friend, help. I say the words quietly. Then I hear someone speaking English near me. A young woman is sitting at another table. She is also studying English. I want to talk to her, but I feel shy. Then I remember my own advice. Small steps are important. So I take a deep breath and walk to her table. Excuse me, I say. Are you studying English? She looks at me and smiles. Yes, I am. Me too, I say. My name is Aisha. What is your name? My name is Elena, she says. Nice to meet you, Elena. Nice to meet you too, Aisha. I am happy because I asked a simple question and started a conversation. Elena and I talk for a few minutes. I ask her, where are you from? I'm from Spain, she says. What about you? I'm from Egypt. Do you live near here? She asks. Yes, I do. How long have you lived in Turkey? Not very long, I say. Then I ask, why are you learning English? Elena smiles. I want to travel and meet people from different countries. What about you? I want to speak English well, I say. I want to feel confident when I speak. That is a good goal, Elena says. Thank you. She asks me, do you study English every day? I try to, I say. That's great, she says. Practice is very important. I smile. She is right. Learning English takes time, but every day I can learn something new. Elena and I study together for an hour. Sometimes we read. Sometimes we ask each other simple questions. What is your favorite food? My favorite food is rice. What about you? I like pizza, Elena says. What do you do in your free time? I like reading and walking. And you? I like listening to music. We laugh when we make mistakes. Then Elena says, do you want to practice English together again tomorrow? I am very happy. Yes, I would like that very much. Great, she says. We can help each other. I say, that's a good idea. Before we leave, we exchange phone numbers. Now I have a new friend. I learn that making friends can start with a simple word, hello, or a simple question, what is your name? In the afternoon, I go home. My friend Sarah is sitting outside again. Hello, Aisha, she says. How was your day? It was good, I say. I went to the library and studied English. That sounds nice, Sarah says. I sit next to her, but this time I do not feel very happy. Sarah looks at me. Is everything okay? She asks. I am quiet for a moment. Then I say, to be honest, I am a little worried. Why? She asks. I take a deep breath. I have some financial problems. Sarah listens carefully. Things are expensive, I continue. Rent is expensive. Food is expensive. Sometimes I worry about money. Sarah looks at me kindly. I understand, she says. Money problems can be very stressful. Yes, I say. Sometimes I do not know what to do. Sarah thinks for a moment. Then she says, can I give you some advice? Yes, please. First, don't worry alone, she says. Talk to someone you trust. I listen carefully. Second, she continues, try to make a simple plan. Write down your important costs. That is a good idea, I say. And maybe you can look for small ways to save money. I smile. Thank you. That is helpful. Sarah says, you are not alone, Aisha. Many people have difficult times. Her words make me feel better. I learned that it is okay to talk about problems, as a good conversation can help us feel stronger. The next day, I wake up early again. I make breakfast and drink some tea. Then I clean my room. After that, I go to the supermarket. At the supermarket, I see a woman looking for something. She looks confused. I walk closer and ask, excuse me, do you need help? She smiles. Yes, please. Where can I find water? I point to the other side of the store. Water is over there. Thank you very much, she says. You're welcome. At the supermarket, I buy bread, milk, eggs, and some fruit. When I get to the cashier, I say, hello. The cashier smiles and says, hello, how are you today? I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. These are simple conversations, but they are important. I practice English in my daily life. I say hello to people. I ask questions. I answer simple questions. Little by little, I feel more confident. Later, I meet Elena at the library again. I tell her about my worries. Sometimes I feel tired, I say. I want to learn English, but I have many things to do. Elena understands. She says, maybe you should make a simple study plan. A study plan? I ask. Yes, she says. You don't have to study for many hours every day. That sounds good, I say. She continues. You can study for 20 or 30 minutes, read a little, listen a little, and speak a little. I like her idea. So, you think I should study a little every day? Yes, she says. A little practice every day is better than doing nothing. I smile. Thank you, I will try that. Then I ask, what do you think is the best way to practice speaking? Elena says, speak to yourself, repeat sentences, talk to friends, and don't be afraid of mistakes. I laugh. Making mistakes is easy for me. Elena laughs too. Then you are already practicing. We both laugh. A few days later, Elena invites me to meet her friends. I feel nervous. Are they nice? I ask. Yes, she says. They are very friendly. Okay, I say. I would like to meet them. We meet at a small cafe. When we arrive, I see 3 people sitting at a table. Elena introduces me. This is my friend Aisha. They smile and say, "Nice to meet you." I say, "Nice to meet you too." One of them asks, "Where are you from?" "I'm from Egypt," I say. Another person asks, "Do you like living in Turkey?" "Yes," I say. "I like many things here. I like the food and the beautiful places." They ask me more simple questions, and I answer them. At first, I am nervous, but after a few minutes, I feel comfortable. We talk about food, music, travel, and our daily lives. I make mistakes sometimes, but nobody laughs at me. Instead, they listen and help me. I feel very happy. I am speaking English. Maybe my English is not perfect, but I am communicating. That is important. When it is time to go home, I realize that I do not know the way back. I look at my phone, but the battery is low again. "Oh no," I say. Elena asks, "What's wrong?" "My phone battery is almost dead, and I don't know the way home." She says, "Don't worry, I can help you." "Thank you," I say. She looks at a map and explains the way. Then she says, "Would you like me to walk with you?" I think for a moment. "Yes, please. That would be very kind." "Of course," she says. As we walk, I think about my life. Sometimes I have problems. Sometimes I feel worried. Sometimes I feel tired. But I am also learning. I am learning English. I am learning how to ask for help. I am learning how to talk to new people. And I am learning that I do not have to do everything alone. That night, I sit by my window. The streets of Turkey are quiet now. I open my English notebook. I write some sentences. "May I use your phone, please? Could you help me, please? What is your name? Where are you from? Can I ask you a question? That is a good idea. Maybe you should try this. I understand. Thank you for your advice. Nice to meet you." I look at the sentences and smile. Today, I know more English than yesterday. Maybe tomorrow I will learn even more. I am still a beginner. I still make mistakes, but I am not afraid anymore. I have new friends, I have new goals, and I have hope. I close my notebook and say to myself, learning takes time. Don't give up. Tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow I will try again.